Hey everybody, what's going on today? Welcome to the channel. Today I've got a treat video for you guys. I threw a no-hitter with this with the 99 signature Chris Sale last night against an almost all signature series team. So I'm going to walk you through this gameplay here. I've already I recorded the video without audio, so I'm going back and I'm just commentating the audio with you guys and kind of telling you guys exactly what I'm doing pitch by pitch and all that. And we'll just kind of discuss the game as I go through it. But you guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. And let's go ahead and get into this game, man. He's got a good team. Nolan Ryan on the mound, Gwynn, Ozzie, George Brett, Mike Piazza, Duke Snyder, Joe Morgan, Eddie Murray, Richie Ashburn. So he had a good squad, and we ended up playing at Fenway Park here, as you'll see also. So it was kind of cool to be able to take Chris Sale back to Fenway where he plays now. So that was kind of neat. But yeah, man, it was a pretty crazy game. I started to get the feeling about the fourth or fifth inning that I had something going, that I felt like something was happening. So that's when I really started to kind of get the feel for the game and think that I had something special going with a no-hitter possibly. But I was real careful. I didn't want to say anything about it, so I didn't want to jinx it. All right, so he walked the leadoff hitter of the game. That was pretty cool, man. I was like, all right, that's gonna work. That's gonna work pretty good. We got Alomar up. I'm gonna steal this base, and then I got thrown out stealing. So that didn't work out very well. And Alomar hits one here that I thought was going to be out, but it ends up just hitting off the top of the monster up there, man. So I get a double out of it, and I'm like, oh, that's a good hit, you know. Not a bad deal. Hopefully I can get this run in from here. And then I was pretty sure I should have been safe there, but it was called out, so that didn't work out very well for me. So two stupid outs early on the bases just kind of ended up biting me a little bit. All right, so he takes the count full here to Lou Gehrig after throwing 12 pitches here in the first with Nolan. I thought that might get over George Brett's head because, man, like, I don't know if my George Brett would have turned around and caught that ball. But, all right, so here we go with Chris Sale, man. The first pitch I start this guy out with is going to be a slider here, low and away. Great pitch there for a strike. That's about where you want to put those sliders with Sale, especially to lefties, even to righties too. Get him whiffing on that one again with the slider. And then I go up high and tight with the four-seam fastball. Right there, blow it right by him. Didn't even have a chance of hitting it. This is probably the best hit ball he got of the entire game, is this at bat with Ozzie Smith. I don't know what he was doing there, but I threw that slider there for the first pitch strike. And I think this might be a changeup here. Yeah, circle change there, low and away. Got him fishing at it again. Then I go back to the slider. It looks like here. Couldn't get him to go around. He was working counts pretty good in the game, man. He was making me throw some pitches at least, so it wasn't as easy as I thought. Here's a slider here trying to hit the outside corner. And this is, like I said, this is the best hit ball I believe that he hits the entire game is with the second batter. So I was like, oh my God, dude, he just hit this ball with Ozzie Smith like that. Like, I figured I might be in trouble here the rest of the game, but it turned out to not be that bad, obviously. Four-seam fastball high and tight. The arm angle of Sale is especially difficult to pick up the types of pitches. There was a two-seamer inside right there. And then I'm going to go and fool with him here and throw the slider outside. And I get him swinging in the dirt there, whiffing at it. So George Brett strikes out there. We get the quick 1-2-3 through the first inning. All right, so he takes the count full here to Willie leading off the second inning. And I was insanely late on that pitch and swung and missed. Man, when you watch it back, it's like, oh my God, how was I that late on that pitch? 0-1 count here to Griffey. It's kind of funny. It's like it's kind of like watching back game tape, I guess, when you're a player or something, and watching back the things you do, the mistakes you make, and all that. And maybe this is good, man. It might be good for me to actually learn from some of these things that I did hitting wise, because I don't usually watch the full game back. I mean, I do when I edit games and stuff like that, but I kind of I kind of skip forward to the actual hits and stuff like I'm doing in this game. The contact plays, the impact plays of the game and stuff. So to see every individual play happen is a little different. 1-0 count here to Vizquel. Omar, man, gets another base hit here after putting him in the lineup there yesterday for this game and all throughout the day, man. He did awesome for me. All right, so I've got the 0-1 count here. I think I try to take the base with Vizquel. And unfortunately, he's going to get out. All right, so he's got the 99 Piazza here leading off the bottom of the second. I was a little bit nervous about pitching to this card because against a lefty, I just didn't know how he was going to do, even though it's Sale. So I started him out with that high fastball, which might have been a little bit crazy, but I thought he might be looking for the slider. And then I think I went with the circle change there. We'll have to see what that pitch was exactly, but I got him to ground out there. Yeah, that was the circle change low. With the pulse pitching, I have to aim that circle change a little bit lower in the zone than it actually looks like it's going to be, because then it cuts across the edge of the plate. So we start out Duke Snyder here with sliders. Bust one outside, then one inside on that corner. Now I'm going to go back to the outside again. No, that was a fastball there to the outside, man. That fastball never looks like it's going to be a strike coming all the way across the body like that. Almost got Duke to go around on that slider. All right, looks like another slider here I'm going for. Couldn't get him to go around here either. All right, we get the full count. Drop the slider in again, which I'm pretty sure he was looking for the fastball on that one, but since the count was full, but I went ahead and got him anyway. This should be a fastball here. So what I do is I try to get a good mixture of the pitches as I'm going through the game. I try to make sure that I'm not repeating the same exact pattern. And throughout most of this game, you guys will notice it's mostly four-seam fastballs and sliders. That's really what I roll with Chris Sale most of the time. I do mix in a few changeups here and there. And a few two-seamers, but it's very few and far between on the actual pitches like that I go to. But I try to make sure that I don't allow the opponent to get a chance to get my pattern down and learn where the pitches are going to be. Now, in this one, it might seem a little bit like I am having a pattern because most everything's either high and tight to lefties or low and away. And then to righties, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I go high and away, and then I go with that low and in slider to them. So I kind of do the reverse to lefties and righties with the Sale card in particular. All right, we got the 1-1 count here to Pudge. Oh, I thought there was a chance Pudge could beat this out for a hit, but Nolan actually managed to get to it in time and get me out very easily. All right, we got the 1-2 count here to Chris Sale with one out in the third. And he strikes him out pretty easily. But I kind of expected that to happen. And I hit this little dinker, but I'm going to be able to beat it out for a base hit. You know, if you can get that first baseman to charge off the mound with a fast guy running, you can usually beat the pitcher to first base. So now then I try to steal right here, and I barely make it in finally with the stolen base. So, man, I was really hoping Robbie could get something done here with 1-0 count. But no. Oh, he does. That's right. He does get a base hit here. It was kind of weird because I don't know what the guy was doing, man. He came off the bag there and all of a sudden changed to his second baseman to make the play. So it was a little strange. And if Lou could have got this to drop in here, man. 0-2 count here to Gehrig. And he's going to pop it up. I really thought this may bloop out into center for a hit, but Joe Morgan managed to make it all the way out there. Crazy that the second baseman and shortstops have that kind of range. All right, so we get Eddie Murray here with his first at bat. So starting with the inside fastball. I started realizing after this first time through the order, and these will be the final three batters of the first inning, that this guy really couldn't touch anything. Um, I really felt like the few balls that he had hit that were fair, he might have got lucky on, and the ones that he had hit foul, he was a second away from missing. So I had to wonder, right now, it was getting interesting. I thought I had something kind of cooking, but you never know that first time through the order. Sometimes you can get somebody pretty easily, and then other times, you go through that second time of the order and they just start shredding you. So it's kind of crazy. Ashburn. I don't face this card very often in online play. Not a lot of people that actually that I notice that use it, but he's a good card by all means. I don't I don't think he's not a good card. It's just this thing was nasty today with Sale. All right, so I tried that high fastball there to fool him. He was quite a bit late on it, but it couldn't quite get him out. So going back to the slider here on the low outside part of the plate. Almost caught that edge in the corner there for strike three, but just couldn't quite knock it down. There we go. Fastball, brought it to the outside part of the plate. He didn't even know it was coming, man, and just took it. So as always, when the pitcher comes up, I always shift my batter from the batter only, and I shift the outfield in and play them shallow because I don't want any of those bloopers to fall in. The other reason that I do it is just the batter only is because for some reason, and I don't know if y'all's game is like this or if it's just mine for some reason, but if I do it for Nolan Ryan only for the entire game, it will somehow do it for every batter. So I don't know why. But anyway, we strike out Nolan there pretty easily. All right, we got the 1-2 count here to Mays leading off the fourth. Strikes me out on that high fastball that I just could not lay off of for some reason. All right, he goes 2-1 here to Junior. I'm trying to take the ball the other way. I do perfectly, but somehow his George Brett turns into a diamond fielder and makes that play. There is no way that mine would have made that play. All right, he got the 0-2 count here again to Omar Vizquel. Fouled off the last pitch. And Vizquel's going to get a little dumper there into shallow left center, man, for another base hit. So this card is starting to hit for me, man, and he's not popping bombs like Hornsby used to, but the defense is so worth it, man. I'd rather have these little slap hits anyway. Got a horrible jump there with Vizquel. Got the 0-2 to George Brett again. And I shouldn't have probably stolen the base, but I went ahead and did it anyway there. 2-2 count here to Brett. And I'm going to just whiff, man. I was so late on that, it wasn't even funny. So I know at this point in the game, like, I'm getting close, man. I can feel it. I can get it done, but I just couldn't put anything together, man. I just couldn't quite get exactly what I needed. I kept making too many mistakes on the bases and just being way too aggressive. So, but yeah, back to Chris Sale pitching here and going to Tony Gwynn. Go back here to the high inside fastball here to Gwynn. He's super late on it. He's super late on every fastball and super early on every off-speed pitch. So go back there to the fastball, though, on the outside part of the plate. Kind of looks like a slider that's going to be a ball, but then it just zips on by. So we get him. Now, pitching to Ozzie here, I was a little bit more careful because I knew he had driven that ball to center field in the first inning of the game. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave anything too terribly over the plate. And I think this is the one that bit me, actually. I would have had the perfect game if it wasn't for this at bat right here. I go 3-0 to him. And I was a little nervous about pitching this card for some reason. And I end up walking him, I believe. It's a 3-1 count here. I don't want to give him like something groove to hit, but I think I throw a changeup here. Yeah, circle change. So we end up going back to 3-2, which was not bad. And then come to the fastball here. He fouls it off. Very late. I probably should have gone back with another fastball, but I believe I go with the slider here, and it just doesn't hit its spot. That's really why I got the walk. It didn't come across the plate like I thought it was gonna. So that's the one walk that I give up. But man, all the strikeouts rack up in this game for sure. All right, we get George Brett to pop up very late on that high inside fastball right there. All right, so I got 2 outs. Piazza comes to the plate again. Got to make sure I get him out because I don't want to give up a big hit to him and make sure that he doesn't get any runs knocked in for me or against me. So I'm pitching him careful, keeping everything low in the zone. I noticed the guy takes the step off of first. You guys know I ain't having any of that, man. It's an unwritten rule of this baseball game, man. You don't take a step off of first base. Like, you just can't. He does drive one pretty good there with Piazza, so I guess that was a pretty good hit ball as well. But Willie's able to get there fairly easily and make that play, so it wasn't an issue. 1-2 count here to Pudge. And he hits a little dinker back to the pitcher. I just couldn't get Nolan's timing down, man, throughout this game. It was crazy. And I actually did put up, I think, 12 hits in the game. So I managed to get a bunch of hits, but I was so aggressive on the base paths that it just screwed me. So Chris Sale here comes up. The big swing and stick of Sale in the 5th inning. 0-1 count. And he rips a base hit to right field. I love it, man. The Sale card can actually hit. It's kind of crazy because his hitting attributes are awful. I started to think here, man, what if I could do a hit and run here with Chris Sale? So I tried it. It didn't work out very well. If Ichiro would have made contact, it probably would have worked out quite a bit better, but it is what it is now, so just try to learn from it, I guess. And then Ichiro gets a line drive there. And he completely whiffs on the fly ball, man. So I end up getting a double, which is kind of bad because I might have been able to score with Chris Sale. So on the 1-0 count there to Alomar, man, I ground out to shortstop. All I needed was a hit to get that run in. Just couldn't get it done, man. So I'm up to 7 hits right now through the top of the 5th for myself, but I still couldn't get any runs in. All right, so you guys will get a kick out of this one here, man. I got a knock on my door in the 5th inning, and right before the start of the 5th, and I was like, "Oh man, who's at the door?" I wasn't expecting anything. That I remembered. I happened to get an Amazon delivery. It was a brand new PS4 controller. Go figure. I don't know what happened to the other one, but had to order another one after I did the video the other day, smashing the heck out of the one that broke. So that was kind of funny. All right, so we started Duke Snider out here, got him 0-2 here to start, and throw the slider here, I believe. Couldn't get him to go around on that one. Was awfully close. All right, so then I go back to the slider, it looks like here on the outside corner of the plate again. Trying to get him to go around, but I just can't quite get him to bite on it. I'm trying to hit that outside corner just perfectly. And that was the perfect one, man. It ended up actually hanging over the plate, but he check swung on it instead of swinging and still sat him down, so that was pretty good. I think this is a 2-seamer right here. Yeah, I go with the 2-seamer there to Morgan. Now we go to the high 4-seamer. Blow that one right by him as well. And then back to the 4-seamer again, but he fouls it off. And it looks like I almost catch this, but I think it hit against the net, and George Brett got kind of handcuffed on it, so he didn't quite get the catch in. That slider was way further outside than I meant for it to be. All right, go back to the slider here, I believe. No, it was a fastball there going to the outside part of the plate. So we got him full count here to Joe Morgan. So I didn't want to walk him because that's a lot of speed to put on the bases. Got him to check swing on that slider in the dirt there, which was pretty awesome. Go with the high fastball, but it didn't really get high, man. It was actually right down the middle of the plate. So we got him 0-2, man. If you guys notice, I'm at 69. This is the 70th pitch here in the 5th inning. So I was getting a little nervous because I'm like, man, I need to get through these innings a little quicker. I knew I had something happening. I knew I could have a chance at the no-no. But I needed to be able to set him down much faster than I was doing with these guys. And a lot of it came down to the fact that I was getting a bunch of strikeouts, and which was making me throw pitches as opposed to him making contact with balls, which he just couldn't do. Dude, that outside slider right there just looked like it was going to be a ball and then snuck in at the last second. It was pretty crazy. All right, so Lou Gehrig ends up popping up here on the first pitch of the top of the 6th inning for a fly ball. Oh, I'm getting frustrated at this point because I really know I literally just need one run. I could pretty much tell it was a guarantee of what was happening, and if I could just string that run together, man, I knew I was going to be able to do it. But what was worrying me was the pitch count getting up there too high and not being able to get the run because I didn't want to have to go extra innings and I didn't want to have to go to the bullpen. I didn't want to have to go to like a 10 inning no hitter possibility or something, and I didn't know if that was going to be possible to do. So it was kind of crazy. Willie strikes out here again. 0-2 to Griffey. He's blown 2 balls right by me. And then I'm late as can possibly be on that curveball. So that wasn't very fun. All right, so we get the bottom of the 6th inning. He's got Ashburn leading off here. Remember, I did walk the one batter, so he's got 8-9-1 up this inning. You get the 1-0 count to him. Then I come back with the 2-seamer, I believe, right there. He's going to line out right to Robbie Alomar on it. Jammed him on that inside 2-seamer, low and inside. So Nolan comes up, and I go ahead and move the outfield back in again. Play them shallow. Can't allow any bloopers to get in at this point. Not when you've got a no-hitter with 5 1/3 innings in the books already. So I get the strike on the check swing there. All right, and I get another strike there. Sorry if you guys can hear my cat like walking around meowing while I'm filming the video, man. I've got like an orange cat and they're very vocal, so I apologize. He's sneezing and walking around meowing because it's early in the morning. All right, so we get Nolan Ryan there very easily. Strike him out. So I got 2 down here in the 6th. While I was playing this game, my daughter was actually back here behind me doing her homework from the previous day. And I was telling her, oh man, if I can just get through the 6th inning, like I've got a no through 6. And I kept saying it out loud, which is I know like the you just don't do that, you know. But I kept saying it like I was that sure that I had it. I'm very superstitious and wouldn't ordinarily say something like that if I wasn't like 100% positive that it was going to happen. All right, so I go full here to Tony Gwynn. And then we drop this slider in right here. He hits it pretty well. So I guess there's 3 balls he's hit pretty well. But they've all been to center field and right at Willie Mays. So I get through the 6th inning there. No hitter still intact. All right, we get the 2-0 count here to Omar leading off the 7th. He hits it pretty good out to center field, man, but just not going to have the distance. Not going to get over anybody's head. It's kind of a crazy ball. Oh, man. Again, just can't get anything going. All right, so here's George Brett here with a 1-0 count in the top of the 7th. Base hit up the middle. George laser beams one out there pretty well. I'm thinking at this point, man, I need to get a pinch runner on there because I can have Hornsby come and play third the rest of the game. He actually plays third base pretty good, so I went to the wrong screen there. So I take George out and I put Ricky Henderson in to run the bases. And I know he's going to slide step. I mean, I obviously know he's going to. I don't know why I was thinking I could possibly get a stolen base here or not. But I do go ahead and get the bullpen loose just in case. Because at this point, I'm like, man, I'm going for the win here one way or the other. All right, so he gets Pudge 0-2. I go ahead and try to steal. But I hit this weak pop-up. I have to get back to first. I barely make it back in time, and I thought I was going to get doubled up and be out. Chris Sale's batting. I thought about going to the bench, but I just didn't, man. I was like, I'm going to try the hit and run with Sale and see if it works. I line out right to second base, or to shortstop there in front of the second base. And it just didn't work out right. So I have to take Ricky out, put in Hornsby. So we're bottom of the 7th inning. Ozzie Smith leading off for him. Start him out with a high outside fastball. Get the 0-1 count here. All right, so this one we fly out into center field. I thought it was going to bloop in for a hit, man, and I was like, please get there, Willie. Please get there, Willie. And thankfully, he makes the catch. So I got one gone in the 7th. George Brett batting. Couldn't get him to chase after that outside slider. I'm going to go back to it again, though, because him laying off 2 in a row has... Actually, I go to the fastball on that one. My apologies. It's a fastball in that same kind of spot that I throw that slider. I get him really late on it. It says good timing, but he was late, let's face it. Pops it up there weak to Hornsby. All right, so we get 2 gone. Piazza batting. Last time I'm going to have to face him if I can keep it going. That's what I know. So I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get him set down here. And then look at this. Ichiro runs over here. I get him right there quick. Reaches into the stands and pulls it back. It never fails, whether it's a no-hitter or a perfect game. You always have one defensive play that kind of saves something. So that might have been it. Now Ichiro leads off here in the 8th inning and rips a ball that takes a horrible hop on the shortstop, man, and goes all the way to the Green Monster. So I get a double here to start out the inning. I'm like, all right, this is it, guys. This is it. 8th inning. I just need to get a run. That's all I need. So I bunt him over to third base. He throws it to third for some reason. I get first and third. Sorry about the controller disconnect thing coming up on there. I was doing that while I was recording. All right, so then I go to steal the base, and somehow he's out. I don't know why Ozzie Smith was standing where he was. I guess it's because the infield's playing in. But, man, I just knew I needed to get this run in. So I tried to bunt, and then this just did not work out at all. And now I'm a little defeated because I had first and third, nobody out. I should have just tried to let Lou Gehrig hit and Willie Mays hit and Griffey hit and see if I could get a damn hit in, but I messed up. And then he strikes out Lou Gehrig. So I got way too aggressive on the base paths. Totally on me. Being stupid, but just trying to get the run in any way I could possibly get it in. So it was kind of crazy at this point. All right, so we got the bottom of the 8th inning starting here. He's got Duke Snyder at the plate. Start him out with the slider there. We get him to swing and miss. He struck out twice already. Go back to the high fastball here. Strike 2. Going back to the high fastball because I'm thinking he might be looking for the slider. Strike 3, man. Get him to whiff on it. And we got Joe Morgan batting here. These sliders, you got to be careful with Morgan because he stands so far up on the plate. And he can reach them pretty easily. So it's inside pitches you typically want to jam him with. But I thought he might be looking for those. So that's why I was trying to work the outside. So then I get him 0-2 and I go back to the high inside fastball. And blow it right by him again. So first 2 outs of the 8th inning come very easily. And then Eddie Murray steps to the plate here. And I get him whiffing on the slider easily. Yeah, I got a chance here to strike out the side on 9 pitches. This is the 9th pitch of the inning with a slider low and in. And I get him on the 3rd straight slider of that at bat to go throw 9 pitches in the 8th inning, man, which was kind of the inning I needed to make sure that the pitch count survived the 9th. So I get Willie Mays here leading off the 9th inning. I really need to get a rally going, man, and at least get a run in. I know it. And it gets pretty crazy here. Because he's got Tony Gwynn in right field. I'm thinking, oh, man, is he going to get to this? Is he going to get to this? And Gwynn botches the fly ball. So I get a leadoff double right there with Willie Mays. Crazy stuff. We get a 1-1 count here to Griffey. And Griffey hits a little blooper that's going to fall in. And I send Willie to third, but while I do it, I know he's going to throw to third, so I send Griffey to second. So he gets a little bloop double in, man. And now I've got second and third, nobody out. He walks Vizquel right here to load the bases with nobody out, and Rogers Hornsby steps to the plate for his first at bat. All right, we get the 2-1 count here to Hornsby. And say hello, Green Monster. He hits one, which I don't know if it's going to be gone or not, but it bounces off the monster. I send the runners. I didn't mean for this runner to run around third and come in and score. I knew he was going to be out, so I just tried to make something happen there and at least advance everybody else, so I had to run around third base. That was one of those base running errors that the game made that I didn't tell him to run, and it just ran on its own. So he walks Pudge here and loads up the bases one more time to pitch to Chris Sale. I'm like, well, I'm bunting with Sale. I mean, I'm going to take a pitch because I figured he'd be thinking I was going to bunt on that one. So I go to bunt this one, and Sale pops it up, and I get the double play turned on me. But I got the one run I needed, and I know at this point that was all I needed completely. So Richie Ashburn steps to the plate, leading off the ninth for the guy. Throw an inside fastball there. Get him to swing at the first one. I'm looking at the energy of Sale. He's at 101 pitches right now. I know I got to get through this inning fairly quickly. Somehow I get lucky by the grace of God and get that check swing there for strike two. So we get the 0-2 count here to Ashburn. He fouls off this one here. That ninth inning is always so tense when you're going for a no-hitter or a perfect game or anything like that. That's awesome, man. So we get the strikeout there. That was strikeout number 16 of the game, by the way. Striking out Ashburn to lead off the inning. He pinch hits Ralph Kiner, which made me quite nervous because I know this Kiner card can hit lefties pretty good. But we get the 0-1 count. I throw that slider way too far inside and can't get him to chase on it. Come back to a fastball here that misses the corner just barely. Sale's energy is ticking down. It's getting tense, man. 2-1 count. I'm tense even watching it back again. So he fouls that one off just barely, I believe, there. And we get the 2-2 count. So I drop in the slider here. And I get strike three. 17 strikeouts. Tony Gwynn comes to the plate with two gone here in the ninth. He pinch hits for Tony Gwynn and puts in Alan Trammell for some reason. I have no idea why. Trammell pops up the first pitch to Ichiro. And there we go. No hitter with Chris Sale. 99 Signature Series card. Possibly the nastiest, sickest card in the history of MLB The Show as far as starting pitchers go. I don't know if there will be a nastier one. 9 innings pitched, 17 Ks, 1 walk. Man, that 1 walk, I would have had the perfect game. It's crazy because last week, and I'll show you guys this in just a second, last week I actually threw a perfect game with Nolan Ryan online. So it was funny that this one happened against Nolan Ryan. But man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Man, it was a crazy game to say the least. Let me turn this controller back on here because the battery died. Let's see here. Let's show the this was the Nolan Ryan. Where's it at? Yeah, this was the picture of the Nolan Ryan perfect game I threw online last week. So, man, that was a crazy one also. But yeah, still won that one 1-0. Also got the run in the 7th inning, so that was a little bit nerve-wracking as well. But man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. You guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. You guys make sure to leave a comment on this video and that you're subscribed to the channel so you get your possible 20-second entry into the Joey Gallo autograph giveaway. And I'll be doing live streams here this Saturday and Sunday. You guys look for notifications in the app for what time I'll actually be on, but it should be around that noon time, like I always do on Saturdays and Sundays, noon Central Standard Time. So hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun one. Man, I was so happy to get this done. So you guys have a great one. We'll catch you on the next video.